Diana had always wanted to visit Paris. She had heard so much about the City of Lights, and she longed to see the Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, and all the other famous sights. So when she finally had the chance to visit the city, she was ecstatic. But things didn't go as planned. On her second day in Paris, Diana decided to explore the city on her own. She took the metro to the city center, armed with a map and a guidebook. She visited several museums, walked along the Seine, and enjoyed a croissant and a cup of coffee at a cafe. But when she was ready to go back to her hotel, she realized that she was lost. She had no idea which direction to go, and the map was no help. Diana started to panic. She was in a foreign city, with no phone, no GPS, and no idea how to get back to her hotel. She walked around for a while, trying to retrace her steps, but everything looked unfamiliar. She couldn't find any landmarks she recognized, and she didn't speak enough French to ask for help. Diana started to feel hopeless. She was lost in the city, and she had no idea how to get back to safety. As the sun started to set, Diana's panic turned to fear. She was alone in a foreign city, and she didn't know what to do. She tried to ask for directions, but the few people she spoke to either didn't understand her or didn't seem willing to help. Diana's feet were sore, and she was tired and hungry. She started to cry, feeling helpless and scared. She thought of her family back home, wondering if she would ever see them again. She felt like a child lost in a shopping mall, with no one to turn to. But just as Diana was about to give up hope, she saw a familiar landmark. It was the Eiffel Tower, the one place in Paris she knew well. She knew that her hotel was somewhere near the tower, and she felt a glimmer of hope. Diana started to walk towards the tower, hoping to find her way back to her hotel. As she walked, she saw a group of tourists with a map, and she approached them, asking for help. The tourists were friendly and spoke English, and they pointed Diana in the right direction. After a few more minutes of walking, Diana finally saw the sign for her hotel. She rushed inside, grateful to be back in safety. She collapsed on her bed, exhausted and relieved. She had been lost in Paris, but she had found her way back home. From that day on, Diana was more cautious when exploring the city. She learned to pay attention to her surroundings, to take note of landmarks, and to always carry a phone and a map. But despite the scare, she continued to explore the city she loved, and she made many more happy memories in Paris.